Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to FTB Interactions. So today we are going to be setting off into space. I do have some things. This is most of the stuff that we've prepped on camera. I did go ahead and prep a Planet ID chip and the stuff to make our rocket. It was all really cheap. Pulled up our launch pad outside, and I do have an MV-CEU. Now before we head out, there is a couple things that we need to do. Just a couple minor things we need to get together. First up, I want to get this, an HVCEU. I also want to get a fluid transposer. So there's that. I don't need that right now. I just ordered that stuff. And I need this. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to set up our CEU, HVCEU setting here. And then right next to it, we're going to put our fluid transposer. And then we're going to say that the back side is going to insert the fluid that we're going to be using. And then we're going to set this up here. And we're going to say stock oxygen. I think it's this oxygen. We need the Greg Tech oxygen. And let me go ahead and configure. We want keep 10,000 in there. Partial, yes. Yeah, that's what it can store. Now in that case, let's keep 9,000 in there. That should be good. I don't like keeping right at capacity. Alright, that's a basic. So we're just going to put an unrouted there. So this should start getting sent some oxygen in just a moment. I'm guessing it's in there, it's just not displaying it. Because oxygen definitely came up here and went in there. So I'm going to say maybe. Now I don't think that we can feel... No, we're going to have to actually take this out. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and take our pressure tanks. Toss that in. I mean, oxygen totally came up here. It's just, I don't know, it's like it's not accepting it or something. See if it sends fresh oxygen. Maybe logistics pipes, it's not going to work with logistics pipes. I don't know. About to break it and try it again, maybe. Okay, we've got plenty of oxygen. Let me just, let me grab a tank's worth here. And try manually putting it in. Maybe it needs some manual oxygen first. So we'll do that. Yeah, it fills it just fine. There's 2,000 in there. We're going to see if it refills now. Maybe it just bugged or something. No, it's still, still not sending it over. Okay, let me just break this completely. And we're just going to set it back up. It may be that we're not going to be able to fill this with logistics pipes. I don't know. Wow. Yeah, it's not going to work with logistics pipes at all. Okay, well, scratch this then. I wonder if that's going to be the case with a lot of the thermal stuff, if it's not really going to work with logistics pipes. It could be that it's trying to insert it here, actually. The only thing is there's not just a fluid insert. What I may have to do is pump to make it work, what I'll have to do is probably pump the oxygen up into a tank and then have it draw from that tank. That's probably what I'll end up having to do. But we've got these filled for right now, and we'll mess around with that and see if there's something I can do to make that work a bit better. But there is our filled up chest piece. We're going to toss that into there. Another thing I need to make sure that I've got on hand is there's our celestial gateway, and let's grab our marble and sooty marble. Actually, let me just get a list here. It's 20 arches, 25 sooty marble, 4 runed marble, and 4 engraved. Okay, so we got that, and that way we can set up a teleporter once we get over there, and then we can easily teleport back. And I want to say, let me go grab a level. I think if we name tag these, that's how they show up, if I recall. been a little bit since I've done this, but we're going to call this Asgard Moon. We're actually going to be going to the moon today. I was debating if I wanted to go to the space station or to the moon first, and I think we're going to go ahead and set foot on the moon. There's a couple things that I'd like to get my hands on. Let me make sure I've got my scanner. I do. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead. I might be forgetting something. I think I've got everything that we need to actually go to the moon. I'll have to put on my spacesuit, of course, but that's fine. Now, realistically, if you have regen, like healing fragments or something like that, you can actually survive in space without any kind of spacesuit. But it is really annoying to do that. So we're going to try to avoid having to do that. Alright, I'm going to build this platform out because we are going to have to launch from the void world. So I'm just going to build this out a little bit so we can fit our rocket launch pad and everything up here. And I went ahead and set up a portal to the void in our base so that way we don't have to keep running over to that little town area from early on. We can just do it all here, so we won't be using this all that much, realistically. I know the moon needs it, but before too long, we'll probably just launch from our space station. So, okay. So there's that. Let me grab our launch pad and our structure tower that goes with it. We're going to go ahead and set this up. And then we get to build our rocket. Oh, I love Advanced Rocketry. I don't love Advanced Rocketry. I like it compared to Galacticraft. But the rocket system and like the actual rockets in Galacticraft are so much better looking. I mean, you can make things you know, that are a little bit more interesting and stuff, but our rocket, it's going to look like this. That's our rocket. Alright, so now, let's go ahead. It's been a little while since I've done this, so it might take a second. We're going to need our rocket builder, rocket assembling machine. Okay, yeah, the structure tower goes on the bottom, like connects onto the side like that. So we'll put our rocket assembling machine. You can see it says rocket unscanned. We will need power to scan this. So that's where our CEU comes in, as well as fueling this thing up. So for this, we're going to take, this is just an MV CEU, basically because I didn't want to make more expensive batteries, to be perfectly honest. And we're going to put this here. Yeah, right here. Let me pop back through real quick. And earlier I had set up, I'd put some batteries in these, medium sodium batteries, just inside of our MV machines and let them charge. So let me grab out these. I'm going to have one inside of this CEU that's over here. I just went with medium ones because they were cheaper, and I figured why not. Okay, so what we can do is dump these into our CEU. It's going to provide it with some power. I am going to need some cable also. There is some basic energy conduits. These only move 640, but that should, realistically, that should probably be fine for this, I think. So we'll just do that. That's going to start getting power. It's going to scan our rocket for us. And it's missing guidance computer. Yeah, we're going to set that up. Okay, now at this point, what we need to do, and I am going to have to go get some fuel, but we'll get that in just a second. We'll grab our fueling station and our guidance computer. We'll put our guidance computer in here. Let's do a rescan real quick. There we go. We are now clear for liftoff. This is our ship here. Awesome. And then let's go ahead and set up a fueling station right here. We're going to bring some power over to that. Like so. And then I'm going to need to go grab our fuel. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just Do I have to do that? No. Can this not be sent over with just a portable tank? Okay, so we'll put that there. That. There. Extract. There we go. It's going to fill it up. Let me get a linker. You program the linker at the fueling station. Then it's right click, I think. Oh, and then we have to build our rocket. My bad. That's why it's not working. I was like, wait a second. Well, we scanned it, but we haven't actually built it. So let's click the build button. And we're going to get some red bars. There we go. That is the finalized rocket. You can see it kind of like shrunk in size a little bit. But now it registers it as a rocket. It's one, complete entity. You can see I can't walk through there now. And then we're just going to right click, link successfully. And that's going to start filling the rocket up. And if we hop on here and we use our button, there's going to be a button here. I had set it to apostrophe, but under Advanced Rocketry you have a rocket GUI here, and we can see the amount of fuel that's in it, and we can select our destination and everything. Now what we're going to do, let me pop out of here. Now what we're going to do, let me grab, I'm not going to be able to open these in the rocket. Let me grab our Planet ID chip. Let's jump back in here. Open this up. Get our guidance computer. Put this in. And then we're going to say select destination. And if we take a look here, there's Luna. There's Terra and Luna. And we'll be able to access more planets, but we're going to have to get the artifacts for that. So, but for right now, we're going to be doing Luna, and we're going to select it. It says destination Luna. And now if we take a look inside of here, you can see that our Planet ID chip is now set to Luna. Let's see. Fuel is now filled up. That's good. Give me just a moment just to double check. We're going to be getting flight probably in the next, start working towards that in the next episode. That's why I want to go to the moon first so we can get some basic resources to actually start pushing character progression stuff. Get things like the sky cauldrons and stuff like that, just to make our lives a bit easier. And then we're going to be sealing up all of our gear so we can seriously start doing dungeons in space. But until we start sealing up our gear, we can't do that. We're not going to do that until we do a little bit of character overhaul. So. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to put everything in my inventory that I don't need on me right this second, like that. Let's see, and satellite base, satellite builder, space station assembler. We're not going to need this stuff right this second. We are going to be using this very soon, though. But what we do need right now is our spacesuit, and we need our stuff for setting up our teleportation. So let's go ahead. Let's throw on our spacesuit. There we go. And right now the only augments that we have are the 2 tanks. I'm not for sure that I want to make anything else right now. Let me just double check real quick. No, I'll tell you what, we're not going to make any of these right now. The only one I think is like really nice to have is bionic leg upgrade, but what we're going to be doing today, we don't necessarily need the bionic leg upgrade. And I think we're going to go for sealing actual armor over this stuff pretty quick. So, yeah, we'll just pop on in and let's do this. We're going to hit spacebar. And we're going to get ready to launch. So here we go. Bada-boom. And we're headed to space. Our awesome rocket ship. Like, this totally works in real life. To build it like this. Totally does. Now you can see our altitude. We're going to have to basically go all the way up. So it is going to take a little bit for us, but there we go. And we got the advancement moon landing. And we're going to start descending. You can see our altitude dropping. Can't see myself right now. It does seem to be night. But once we get close to the surface, we may be able to see something. We'll see. I'm going to say, though, that we're not going to be able to. And we're about to make landing. Yeah, it is pitch dark. That's one thing I didn't bring, was any way to light anything up. I'll tell you what we're going to do, just so we can actually see where we're at. Long enough to get this built. It didn't used to give nausea like this, so it's definitely a bit harder to work with than it used to be, but what we can do is we can just toggle our night vision like that. If the sun was up right now, like on this side of the moon, we'd be able to see, but that and that. There we go. And if we take a look now, we can find our home. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to pull up this Celestial Gateway for just a moment. I need to name this, because I didn't name this one, so we'll call that Asgard Home. And we'll just put that back. There we go. Let's see. We're going to head back. I've got a couple 3-minute night vision potions. We'll see where that gets us. Technically, we can warp home if we need to. But bear in mind, the sun should be coming up there before too long, and we'll be able to see without too much issue. Oh, this is going to... Okay. I can actually warp to the moon. I didn't think about that structure there having negative impacts like that. Okay, let me let this nausea wear off real quick, because I forgot to wear my chest when I teleported. But like I said, you can survive with healing fragments. It's just you got to deal with the nausea, which it's not great. Alright, so our rocket's there. There is a dungeon right here. Not that I actually want to go into a dungeon right this second. Not in a spacesuit with like nearly no armor. No. Not even about to happen, but let me grab our scanner. And we've got to go out and we've got to look for some materials. Now, this stuff right here, this is tiny piles of aluminum. That means that there is aluminum down below us. And actually, let's see. It's right down there. Yeah, we're going to head for that. Nice thing about the moon, you can just dig straight down. There we go. There's what I actually want. That's star metal. That's one of the big things that we're coming here for. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead, check mark that. Oh, we don't have a Planet ID chip on us. And maybe we don't have moon turf? Yeah, we do. Okay, well that's fine. I'm going to mine this stuff up. We'll be able to complete a quest. We might have to head up, though, to do it. We got 13 star metal. We're also getting aluminum, sapphire, which is good. That aluminum, we can bypass blast furnace, or we can use it for multiplication. We will probably just use it for multiplication, but we'll see. Especially once we add in more blast furnaces, which we'll be doing before too long. But we needed some resources off the moon to really start pushing into more advanced things at this point. I mean, there's a little bit of like Botania and there's a little bit of Astral that we could do at this point without coming to space, but coming to space was just a sensible thing to do. Okay, we've got our night vision just wore off, and I don't want to use it all down here, and we have enough star metal for right this second. So what we're going to do, we're just going to warp on home. And the nice thing is, unless you're in a dungeon, the moon, there's no mobs or nothing like that, so we don't have to worry too much about that. I'm probably going to go around and delete a lot of these gateways, so it's easier to find ours whenever we need it, but we'll see. Not really sure where the Infinite Expanse is from. I'll have to take a look. But we're going to use this last night vision potion real quick. We're going to hop around. Star metal was the big thing that we needed from here. But there is still lepidolite, magnesium, manganese, black quartz, nickel, cobalt and star metal, diamond and emerald. Yeah, I mean, I guess really probably just star metal. But we'll take a look and see. I would like to get a sky cauldron also, but that involves us going down into a dungeon. And I don't really feel safe with that at the moment. Oh, what's this over here? That's tiny piles of cobalt. So now if we were to dig down right here, we'll figure out what that quest is here in a second. That way we can actually unlock the space quests and stuff. Now if we take a scan here, this is going to be the cobalt and star metal down here. There we go. There's lapis, star metal, and we're getting some cobalt as well. So there's that. And I can come back here pretty easily and mine out these. But we'll definitely grab a little bit while we're here. Let me, yeah, I'm starting to lose things. Throw that moon turf and stuff in there. We've lost our light for right now. That's fine. I only had those 2 potions. I can make more. Or we can just get sealing on this as well. Okay, we've got a short cooldown we've got to wait for before we can teleport. That's fine. Let's take a look at the Infinite Expanse. Oh, they want us to actually launch your rocket into space. Here you'll be able to build a space station. And we visited Lunar, so we should be able to get that. Okay. I guess we're just going to have to launch and do a space station to actually unlock the quests. That's fine. I mean, we get a primordial nodule. I don't think there's any rewards. Oh, there is a tuned celestial crystal. What? It's kind of a nice reward, actually. We'll go ahead and warp back home. Okay, actually, there's one more material I want to pick up today, for sure. Whoops. Keep doing that. Oh, and it's daytime, so that's great. But that material is black quartz. This nausea should fade in just a moment. There's a tiny pile of gold dust. There's another dungeon over here. Mint, seared cobble. Do we want to take a peek down here and just see? Oh yeah, I can see mobs. Nope. Alright, let's see if we can find some black quartz. There is a dungeon. We could get some cheese loot, like where we kind of just poke our head through and grab things from outside of the dungeon. I would love to get my hands on a sky cauldron, to be honest, but oh, but that's bedrock, so we're not gonna be able to break through that. Anti-block's up top, so we could at least have a look and see what's in there, but I know yeah. I don't know, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, there's a Eldritch Construct somewhere down there. Is this aluminum? Yeah, it's aluminum. So it's black quartz, service quartz. It's basically just quartz. If we see anything with quartz, we're gonna know we found the right thing. And since this one's a little ways out, I'll probably mark this one. The other ones are so close to the base that it's not a big deal, but nice thing about the moon is you can basically have flight here. It's not super fast, but we're going to be getting actual flight soon enough. It's possible maybe the black quartz isn't showing up here. There's a vein down here that doesn't have any kind of like thing. So maybe it's down here. Like no above ground signs of it. So we're going to mine down and just see what this is. This is lepidolite. Redstone. Yeah, while I'm here, let me grab some of this. May as well. We're also getting spodumene. Okay, I'm going to put a marker there. And we're going to pop out of that hole and continue looking for black quartz. Yeah, I may have to just start scanning every so often because it does seem like that's not probably going to show up on the map. Or, you know, with above ground crystals. So, yeah, there's something way down there. I don't see anything marking it, so we're just going to head down here too. This one seems like it's a bit deeper down, so maybe that's going to be the quartz that we're looking for. What is this? Pyrolusite and spessartine and amber-bearing stone. Okay. Let me just set amber on here. And I'm going to grab a little bit of this stuff. Looks like amber doesn't come as an ore. We also have tantalite here as well. Okay, grab a little bit of that. And then we're going to pop up out of this hole as well. Because it's not... Actually, before we do that, let me pop back down. And let me just scan from down here. There's something else right over there. Let me drink one of these. Let's do another scan, see where we're at here. Yeah, it's right down there. I'm hoping that's... I'm going to bet... Okay, I'm hoping that's our nether quartz, but I'm betting you that's the diamond and emerald vein that's down here. I'm going to bet. It is. Diamond and emeralds down here. Okay. So not really something that I honestly need. We're also getting beryllium though. So we'll mine a little bit of this. Just really quick. It's the first time I've actually found emerald ore, but honestly that's not something that I went out looking for either. Still got a lot of above ground nodes and things I need to do just for the quest's sake, I think. Okay, that looks like enough of that. I'm going to do another scan over here. Something off in that direction. Honestly, I'm finding it easier just to stay down here and do all of our mining. This is limonite, garnerite, and iron. Over here, this is an iron vein. But there's none of the, like, junky kind of iron. So it's actually extremely dense on iron. I'll be honest, between episodes I may just come back to this whole like little strip that we found here and just go to town on it, because there's a lot of really good resources through here. And then if we were to hit up like an aluminum and stardust vein, like cobalt vein, we'd be sitting really good on materials after that. Okay, I'm going to take another scan real quick. Here is nickel. Yeah, this is a nickel vein right next to the iron one. Another vein up here. This looks to be another iron vein, I think. Yeah, this is just another iron vein. Okay, I'm going to head for this, and we'll kind of start making our way upwards too. Here we go. Here's quartz. Okay. I'm going to mark this as quartz plus. It connects over to the amber vein that we found, but I may just want to come down where the quartz is at. We'll see. That's why we kind of got both entrances, because I think I'm going to exit out right here. Just kind of see where we're at and everything, but yeah, this is nice. It's all nether quartz, Certus quartz, and black quartz, looks like. Certus, nether, beautiful. Yeah, next episode I definitely want to get flight up and going. That would be great. Or start working towards it. I can't promise that we'll get it all done, because there's a little bit of stuff that we have to do. But at the same time, I don't think it's all that bad. We got to do a little bit of Britannia and a little bit of Astral Sorcery to get flight, but it's not too bad, I don't think. I haven't thoroughly looked through the recipes or anything just yet, but we'll see how things go. I've got 2 minutes left on my night vision. Might go ahead and just fill up my bags with black quartz. I need to add granite and dirt and stuff to my void satchel. I haven't added it yet, but I guess when we're mining around here. Though I will say moon, I mean, that's mainly what we're going to be doing is mining in dungeons on the moon. And we probably won't spend a ton of time here, truth be told. We'll probably spend more time on the space station. But black quartz and star metal especially, those are both really important resources that we need to progress a few things that I want to do, like right now. And so it was a little bit more important to me than doing the space station right now. The space station, we get a lot of like passive materials that we already have access to, and a couple new materials, but for the most part, it's nothing that's barring my progression too much at the moment, you know, so for what I'm after. But I want to spend a couple episodes working on some character development stuff to make our lives a bit easier, make combat a bit easier. We're going to do a moon dungeon or two before too long. Once we get a couple things, and we're going to be focusing a little bit on that kind of stuff before we push too hard. So, and then before too long, we will start the black quartz. I need to make stellar alloy so we can progress our tech. Okay, my night vision just wore off. My bags are getting filled up. I think that's good for now. So I'm going to go ahead and warp home. There's still a little bit of black quartz ore in there, but I've got plenty for my needs. I mean, I've got basically almost 5 stacks of black quartz, and to process this down, looks like we're probably just going to pulverize it, and then we can smelt it into black quartz or autoclave it, and that comes from 100% on that. Space enriched egg, the space chicken, stellar alloy, skystone dust, smart chick infinity, unstable mana. What does this produce exactly? Because that looks very doable for us. We can pulverize them into tiny piles of star metal dust. We can laser engrave them into skystone. We can autoclave them into black quartz. Aha! That's an interesting chicken. That may prove handy, honestly. We've got to find some skystone, but we can get that. You can get it on the moon from like dungeons and stuff like that, but realistically, we're probably going to get our first skystone, I imagine, from our space station. So we'll start getting into that soon. I don't know for sure when we'll do the space station. Like I said, I want to do some magic. I'd mentioned before I wanted to focus some magic down here soon. Now that we have, I don't think we need skystone for our magic. I think I mainly just needed star metal. But I'll double check and see. But I think what I needed was just star metal. But we'll see. So we'll start pushing through a bit of magic come next episode. And I'm going to get a bit of this stuff processed down so that we have it. Put that in there. I definitely want to hang on to that. But yeah, so next episode when we come back, we'll probably be doing a bit of magic for probably all of the next episode, and we are going to begin working towards getting ourselves flight. It's not too bad of a push at this point, honestly, to have creative mode flight everywhere. So we're probably going to push for that come next episode and hopefully get it. I don't think there's a whole lot standing in our way, but I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head right now. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, I'll see you guys then.